Hey everybody, what's happening? Son of a Silver Stacker here. In today's numismatic news and information for the 16th day of November, 2022, I'd like to welcome you over to APMEX so we can check out all those live spot prices. But before then, going to welcome you over to Good Morning to You with Tiny Numismatics. That's going to be number 279. That's 9:30 a.m. this morning and 6:30 a.m. on the West Coast. Now, I'd like to thank all of our channel members. Couldn't do this without you. Really appreciate all y'all. Now let's head over here to APMEX. Gold is up 470 to 1788.60. Silver's up 27 cents to 21.97. Platinum up $3 to 1032.40, and palladium up $7.20 to 2123.50. Now let's bump over here to the Google machine, and there it is. These are the top stories for the digital dollar, and this is just yesterday. Banking giants and New York Fed. Banking giants are really global banks, and they're starting a 12-week digital dollar pilot program for the interoperability between those banks and their ledgers. Isn't that incredible? What does this mean for us, for coin hunters, coin people? Well, if this happens, well, what happens when they take all the money out of the system, right? All the circulating currencies and change? Well, we're going to probably have to go to the bank and pick up a box of maybe 2022, 2023 coinage. And, let's see, the dimes, the nickels, the quarters, and the pennies all would probably be very valuable if that was the last year of circulating coinage. Okay, so we could see an implementation maybe in late 23, maybe early 24. Maybe even in 25, but because it looks like they're still working on this. And these 12-week programs, obviously, 4 weeks is a month, so that's a 3-week program, 1/4 of the year. And I'm sure and as you've seen in the last videos, the Fed has already conducted studies, and they are winning. In fact, they did a study of the transactions that normally take 48 hours. They did it in 10 seconds, and they're like, yeah, why wouldn't we do this? Let's keep on keeping on here. Now, these are the bullion sales at the United States Mint, and the United States Mint just yesterday had an opportunity to report their sales for November. So let's go ahead and hit reload. Bam. Yeah, nothing for November. And like I said before, we may not see anything more from November at all. And there are the 2022 Eagles, and they're all still available at APMEX, although they are rising in price every single day. Look at that, almost 20K for a monster box, and almost $800 there for the tube, and then $850 for the sealed tube. Incredible numbers, folks. Now let's bump over here to the United States Mints, United States proof set of 2022, and this is something I was covering earlier in the year, and we were talking about how this proof set is going to have the lowest mintage since about 1955, and it definitely has the lowest mintage in the civil rights era coinage, no doubt about it. So this product is $32, and one of the beautiful things about this particular set, it features all 5 of the American women quarters, and that's the inaugural year right there. That's all 5 of them. They have Maya Angelou, we've got Wilma Mankiller, we've got Dr. Sally Ride, Anna Mae Wong, and Nina Otero Warren right there, along with the other 5 coins here from 2022. Isn't that awesome? Aren't they beautiful? Definitely, and they're all struck in San Francisco, California. Now let's talk about the availability of this particular set. Right now it is currently for sale. There's no mintage limit, no product limit, and no household order limit. Now let's go ahead to the view page source, and it says there's 6,000, well, let me hit reload, 6,458 of these sets available right now. And if you've been following along with the sales of these particular coins, you know that 1 week's worth of sales, well, can easily deplete this inventory. And will the Mint come back and add additional inventories from San Francisco? Well, if you look at the Mint schedule, seeing how just 2 days ago, the reverse proof set dropped, and well, there's nothing else happening in San Francisco, and on the Mint schedule for 2023, there's nothing happening until January 28th. Now that could easily change, and they could easily add anything to the Mint schedule before that. And will they? I think probably, but the fact of the matter remains, are they going to be working on 2022 coinage this close to 2023, knowing that there could be some shortages of materials, shortages of labor, and expensive energy costs right now, right? So definitely a lot of factors going into whether or not the United States Mint is going to be making any more of this set. And if the United States Mint does not make or mint or press any more of the proof sets from 2022, well, let me tell you this. they already are at, now this is from 11/13/2022, that's 3 short days ago, they sold 388,697 of them. All right, with the current inventory, what's left, you're looking at about 397,000 sets. And if you want to round up, that's fine. We can talk about 400K just to make it easy for memory. So 400K is the number we're looking at for annual sets of 2022. Now, where does this put us historically in the proof set numbers? Well, let's go to the United States proof sets on the Wikipedia page, and it has the first standard proof sets, 1936 to present, and these are all minted in Philadelphia. All right, these are pre-war proof sets, and look at the mintages on these. So if you own some of these, you should be congratulating whoever bought those, or if you bought those for yourself, because these are really, well, I think the numbers speak for themselves. Congratulations. Now, these are the post-war proof sets, 1950 to 1964. And this is when our money was still silver. Okay, here's the thing. These are also minted in Philadelphia. All right, and because they're minted in Philadelphia, they're a little bit different from today's sets. We're all minted in San Francisco. All right, but look at the numbers. That's what we're really looking at here. And if we really want to talk about numbers for each different mint as separate entities, that's fine, because, well, if we do that, 400,000 is the lowest mintage of any San Francisco proof set since ever. But let's go ahead and compare these to Philadelphia as well, shall we? So here we are, 1955, 1956. We are at 400K, folks. So that puts us right in between 1955 and 1956 as far as mintages. And then after that, as we can see in 1957, 1959, really, the mint really kicked it into high gear when it comes to producing these proof sets, right? So we're here, 1955. Can you imagine? I think Disneyland opened in 1955. What else happened in 1955? That Lincoln Cent that has that doubling airs in 1955. So that was quite some time ago, folks. It's been an era, at least, since the United States Mint had this low mintage of a proof set. Now let's get to the civil rights era sets. Here we are, San Francisco proof sets, 1968 to present. And I call it the civil rights era sets because 1968, well, is the Civil Rights Act, okay? And not only that, but if you think about it, a lot of our coins depict, well, some civil rights achievements. Isn't that cool? And we, like I said, we're still in the civil rights era. So here we are, San Francisco proof sets, and look at the mintages. We are in the millions and millions and millions and millions and millions. I can't even go on. I'm running out of breath saying how many millions there are, right? Look at that. That is incredible. So here we are in the 2000s already, and they're still in the millions and millions and millions. Now we get here, bam, right there to 2012, the first lean year since 59, 58? What? Yeah. Right? Incredible. If that doesn't give you goosebumps and some perspective, I don't know. You might want to check your pulse. So here it is, 794,002, and the item, the set was worth $6.91 face value. And that's really low, folks. And then it bumped up to 802, then bounced down to 714, and then it continuously goes down until this very day. And that's 2015, 662. This is 2016, is 595, almost 600,000. 568 for 2017. And then here we are in 2018, and we are at 517,000 sets. And that's remarkably low, but here we are today at 400,000. So they continuously get lower and lower. And what are the mintages for the proof set of 2019, 2020, and 2021? Well, I'm glad you asked. So let's go over here to coinnews.net. There's an article by Mike Unser dated November 9, 2022. And I'm going to go to the clad sets right here. I'm just going to scroll down, just kind of mosey on down to the clad sets. Here we are, clad proof sets. And we'll look at 2019 had a mintage of 600,000. 2020 actually had the closest to 400,000 that we're at now at 464,658. And then 2021 is at 511,121. And look at that, one sold. And don't imagine too many more of those will sell any longer. But there we are for 2022, 382,000, but we know we're 388, plus the remainder puts us at about 400,000, maybe about 397, somewhere in there. Isn't that incredible, folks? So as you can see, there is a pattern that's going on here. It's getting lower and lower just about every single year. Oops. And then we come to this year. And what does that say for next year? And what does it say for the ingredients? Well, the ingredients for the coins that are in that proof set from 2022. Yeah, it's got those American women quarters, which makes it, I would imagine, a key date set. And it's and not only is it a key date set for the American women quarters, it's got the lowest mintage of any clad proof set since ever. especially in the civil rights era. And then you got to go back to the Philadelphia, and then you're looking at 1955, 56 numbers. Isn't that incredible, folks? So what are you going to do? You're going to pick up any of these clad proof sets? And let's face it, if we look at the mintages and we look at the prices for some of these items, if you go back to some of these ones that are in the millions, they're really inexpensive, comparatively speaking, especially the ones in the 2 and 3 millions here that you can see from 2000. And they really went gonzo with the numbers, almost 4 million sets in 1987. So that's definitely saturating the market. Look at that, almost 4 million there in 1982. And that's the year of the lean year that they didn't even put out uncirculated sets. So many fun numbers to go over, folks. I gotta go to the plus ones though. Now let's go here to, this is an African proverb, and I think I've done it before, but it's so poignant and it's so important that, well, we shouldn't consider ourselves to be so, well, let's just read this and I think you'll get the point. If you think you're too small to make a difference in the world, well, you haven't spent a night with a mosquito. And they make great music too. They hum a great song. Now, let's go over here. This is Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. That's right. So remember that. So stay in the Lord's shadow. Don't deviate outside that. Otherwise, those plans may fall through, as often they do. And let's head over here to 39's Fine, 99.9 KOI Coin News Radio. This is Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, 1968. And that's for the civil rights era right there, 1968. Isn't that incredible? And it's a watchtower for the watchmen. Now, if you know, you know. So there it is, folks. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. Son of a Silver Stacker. Out.